Hi, my name is Mary Kate, and I'm going to be talking about motivation in the classroom today. The definition of motivation in the classroom is the student tendency to find academic activities meaningful and worthwhile. Along with that come three main goals of motivation. The first one is to get students productively involved in class. And in order to do this, you really want to catch the students' interest and relate any material that you're learning to them and what's going on in their lives. You just really want to focus on creating an atmosphere that they can relate to so that it will be motivational to learn. The second goal of motivation in the classroom is a long-term goal, and that is to develop students' enduring individual interests. You want the students to find area of interest and eventually begin to educate themselves. This kind of shows them that knowledge is a gift. These reasons are why it's a long-term goal. The last goal of motivation is that you want students to be cognitively engaged. You don't want your students just to simply regurgitate the material, but you want them to want to get an in-depth knowledge on the subjects that you're teaching. You want your students to look critically at the topics and the lessons you're planning. At the end of the day, if your students are still asking questions like, how is this going to affect me, or when will I actually ever use this information, you wouldn't be far off to say that your students probably aren't very motivated. On this next slide, it kind of gives you an outline of some of the things that can help you get your students motivated and things you can do in the class to get them motivated. This uses the target model. As you can see on the slide, the T in target stands for tasks that students are asked to do. A is for autonomy, or authority students are allowed while working. So what kind of self-authority do they have while they're doing tasks? R is for recognition of accomplishments. So how much are students being rewarded for their accomplishments? G is grouping practices. E is evaluation procedures and how you evaluate their work over a period of time. And T is for time and time management in the classroom. As I said on the other slide, T stands for task, and four components to task value are importance, interest, utility, and cost importance. These can be summed up in the idea of authentic tasks. And authentic tasks are tasks that have some connection to real life problems that the students will face outside of the classroom. So just taking the things that they're experiencing outside of the classroom and bringing it back to the classroom itself. You can see these in ideas like problem-based learning. Now, problem-based learning provides students with realistic problems that they don't necessarily have the right answers to. This can be seen in a physics teacher using the idea of skateboarding to help relate the topics to her students in her class. Supporting autonomy can be seen in giving students their own choices, but you want to be careful in limiting their choices because too much can be overwhelming and unmotivational. Thirdly, recognizing accomplishment is very important. Not only is giving comments themselves importance towards student work, but giving individualized comments show the best effect. This is the most motivational for students to keep going and to keep progressing in classrooms. The fourth topic is grouping, and within grouping there's three goal structures. Those involve cooperative, competitive, and individualistic goal structures. Cooperative goal structures are when the students believe their goal is attainable if other students also reach that goal, which can be seen in team victories. So like in the classroom, if you have them working in teams to win a game, it might be helpful for motivation. Second is competitive, when students believe that they reach their goal if other students don't reach their goal. The example the book provides is things like golf tournaments or singles tennis matches where they're working more on their own. Individualistic goal structures are ones where students believe that their own attempt to reach a goal is not related to other students. The book provides an example of learning a new language, and that's something that is an internal goal and that you would like to work to, but you don't think other students necessarily will help you get that goal or affect your reaching that goal either. Moving on to evaluation, the important thing to take away from this is emphasizing learning and mastery and de-emphasizing the idea of GPA and test scores. This is really motivational to the kids because it shows them that you're interested in them. The main interest of your classroom is for them to learn the information, to really grasp onto concepts. The last one is time and time management. This is just making sure that you are organized and that you're using time properly in the class. One very important aspect of time is the idea of DEAR. DEAR stands for Drop Everything and Read. And this gives a chance for the kids and not only the teacher to stop everything and read. And this gives a chance for the kids who are either struggling at keeping up with the pace or kids that are above the pace to kind of go at their own pace while reading and take education into their own hands. Lastly, the basic conditions needed for motivation in the classroom is keeping the classroom organized, so really restricting interruptions and outbursts. Second, the teacher must be patient and be willing to listen. The third is the work must be challenging but reasonable. You want your students to be able to know that they can attain their goal with some work. 4 is that learning tasks must be authentic, so you really want them to be able to relate to what they're learning. These goals are important because we want students to have confidence in their ability, and we want them to approach learning with energy and enthusiasm. These steps will help the children and students build confidence in their abilities and have positive expectations. It'll help them see the value of learning, and finally, it can help them stay focused on the task and stay motivated to finish the task.